it's very simple. Don't let their emotions get the better of them. They are, of course, going up against beast mode, and there's going to be that extra there. They can't try to do too much and try to send a message. So it got to be just another series all about getting the dub. And they're under a lot of pressure early as Version 1 gets right onto Shopify Rebellion's half. Rapid going to try to collect this and get around Calm. He does, and that's a big win for Rapid, because not a lot of people go 1v1 with Calm and come out on top, but he did. We'll see what Calm has for an encore as that goes across, and Torment will collect from the backboard.
Well, if you're going into this series and you are Shopify planning on playing through the midfield, which is essentially the go-to strat for every team in North America at this point, you're basically hoping that you can keep Version 1 off the sidewall and keep them more kind of linearly upfield. You don't want them to get space on the sidelines. If they do, their passing is going to be a little bit more difficult to reel in, and you give room for people like Beast Mode and people on the opposite side like Torment, who can circle back in and recover nicely on the ball and then feed it back out for extra touches. So going into this, Shopify have to find a way to clamp down, but V1, just kind of play your game. Don't force it to a game 5.
Version 1 is playing all together at a boot camp as Beast Mode with a drive. That's initially saved, but there's Calm to follow it up. Despite Memory's best efforts, Calm scores first for V1.
It was only 56 miles per hour. Let's talk about it. It was an extra bump from Beast Mode, who gets it right back out center, and a good quality attempt at the goal line. Just not enough power to clear it away. And those are the chances that V1's going to want to capitalize on early on, especially when you're starting a regional with so many implications. Nicely done to get the first one on the board.
Calm against Rapid, quickly turning into a fun 1v1 matchup. Memory just plays that out into space, and Beast Mode is waiting for it. Torment trying to track this. Rapid could not, but he pops this one over the oncoming Calm, and that forces Beast Mode to gather at the back. He's around one, not around Rapid. Comes out the better of the two this time. And now Memory gonna need one more touch. He's let that get away, and that's the second time that's happened for Memory. Beast Mode, double on the way, pushed it high.
I don't know if it's a boost problem, but early on, Stacks, you must also be seeing the hesitations coming out of Shopify. Very reluctant to move past midfield, very reluctant to initially challenge the first touch from V1. Parth was waiting for his opportunity, and then with these follow-up shots, you're more looking to play it off the sidewall towards the ceiling. Maybe someone's in position. If they're not, you double stack in the back and you play one guy up safety at mid. So this is very, very uncharacteristic from Shopify. Not a lot of aggression early on. They're trying to feel out V1, but they're already down a goal.
The race for the major heating up here in this, our final North American regional event, and there is the X Factor. Beast Mode on the doorstep makes it 2-0.
Well, this is the problem when you hang back and turtle up. You start to overthink, and if you miss one touch, you're going to have to put more pressure on someone like Memory to make that recovery with not a lot of boost, not a lot of room to get in front of the ball. And that's just too much space for V1 up close to have a look at the net. Not really sure what the game plan is early on, but clearly V1 are capitalizing.
There is a sense of urgency here from Version 1, not leaving anything to chance. Of course, the organization putting their team in the best chance to be successful. Hard to beat a good team 3 times, though. Version 1, 2-0 against Rebellion in this winter split. Calm, little high, couldn't get this down in front for Torment. And now Memory pops around 1. They do have a numbers advantage, but that's cut out by Calm. Just getting back and intercepting the play. Dumping that to the corner, playing the slow game, letting Torment take over, and that's a great team defensive effort out of Version 1.
Now, it's a necessary clear from Shopify. I mean, it reestablishes some equilibrium at midfield, gives you a chance to at least break the monotony of this game so far. Great slow from Beast Mode, but Parth now has bigger things to worry about as Torment circles back into the play, grabs boost, resources on the defensive side for V1, and you look at how some of these midfield rotations have gone and really spelled out for Shopify. It's been very choppy. They've gotten the ball past midfield maybe once or twice. They run into each other. They're hesitant on finding one another. There's nobody else pushed up to overextend. Now Memory's there. Unfortunately, not the cleanest touch, and on a breakaway chance, it's going to lead to a goal. It seems like they're not in full succinct. They're not in pattern with one another, and the communication's becoming a problem. Version 1 very quickly running away with game 1.
And we've only seen even the semblance of a double commit maybe once or twice out of Version 1. We saw one kind of on the wall about 40 seconds ago. But that's been about it. I mean, we're not seeing them double commit after the ball. We're not seeing them double commit on a challenge. We're not seeing them both going after the same boost. Communication has been on point for Version 1. And even at the top, it's still one of the toughest aspects of the game to master. Version 1 has it working right now as Calm tries to bring one down. He had nobody to pass to after that demolition on Beast Mode. They also don't really need anything else. They've got the 3-goal lead, maybe looking to make it 4. Rapid with the save, and just the significant advantage on the side of Version 1. Even though the shots are only officially 6-3, the possession feels like it's been about 70-30, kind of like the Verizon fan vote.
No, this last 30 seconds are basically a courtesy call. I mean, you could take a lap around the field. There just has not been any offense from Shopify. I'd be surprised if they had more than 4 shots in this game, even if they get to that point. Again, not a lot established in the opening minutes. Game 1s of Rocket League are very interesting momentum swings. It doesn't usually spell a lot for a series unless you have a ridiculously close game. But nonetheless, a win is a win. And in this instance, V1 handling their business quite well. Shopify still a lot to be desired, but you're going to love that if you're a V1 fan. It just means there's one less chance you go to Game 5.
And V1 fans will appreciate a win, a very rare win at that does not go to Game 5. Memory will score in the closing seconds, little more than a consolation prize at that. It breaks up the shutout. And that's about all Rebellion has going for them. At least they see the ball go into the net, and they've got that going for them, but they have some serious work to do going into the rest of this series as Version 1 looked clinical all throughout.
It was easy. I think it's the only way I can break it down, right? It was really, really easy for V1. Coming into this, Shopify just looked like they weren't ready to play. With that, you start to panic a little bit, and when the moment gets too big, even if it's a Game 1, you overthink a lot of just the easy reactionary touches you should have had. A couple of missed hits, sure, that led to a goal from Beast Mode, but even then, like, this is the start of a weekend for a regional. I know we're just beginning, but that's one of those performances for Shopify that you have to hope you just scrape away from your memory and, no pun intended, move right on, because you can't afford to get hung up on that Game 1. It was not good.
F-Dot, I know you were over there at the control center looking at some other matches here. Round 1, so important for all of these teams to set the tone for the day, especially teams that have kind of struggled out of the starting blocks. So it's going to be interesting. Of course, we'll have updates from you all throughout this opening round. Anything catching your eye in that game in particular, or anything else going on around the scene?
Honestly, not particularly. Just bringing you the updates. FaZe Clan is winning against AM, and Envy's winning against Rogue. So early on in the day, a lot of these results might be a little bit predictable, but as we get going on, that's where we get excited. And that's where I'm going to be interrupting you guys. I'm gonna bark in the middle of these games when crazy stuff happens. But right now, we're seeing the stuff that we kind of expect. SSP above Torrent by 1 game, but I'll let you guys do your thing. We'll get back to it.
Well, Version 1 passing on point. Even better defense out of Shopify Rebellion. You're going to need to turn that into offense as this series rolls on. Rapid across, nobody's there. Demolitions left, right, and center as Calm has to wait back for this ball. Fed in by Parth.
I thought for a moment we were going to get back to that meta of whoever comes in from the sideline to start a game just immediately has the other team score. We had that for a couple of weeks, Stacks, whether it was Achieves, F-Dot, didn't matter. Yeah, it was, we had a good run. Some things have to end, though. Rapid, good clear off the backboard. Fortunately, no one else is there, but he will get it right back. This is an interesting 1-2 give and go. Parth to the corner, but now what do you do in this situation if you're Shopify, right? You've had a couple of touches early on, haven't established much, but you are playing basically a 2-1 setback. So you have people in rotation to clear the ball away if needed. Now you need to translate it to the offensive side of the field and take the ball away from V1, or else they're going to keep clearing the ball off the backboard.
I mean, these touches have to have something behind them. You see a double commit there between Rapid and Parth as Rapid calls him off, the veteran kind of trying to take charge, but maybe not the best case to do so there. And you see a lot of balls just cleared into a random space. And unfortunately for Rebellion, those spaces happen to be occupied by bluish purplish cars. Beast Mode, big demolition, going after Memory as well. Could not make contact. Rapid's got to clear this away, though nobody was really charging into the zone. And now Calm will collect. And again, you see constantly Version 1 playing more possession-oriented style, and Shopify Rebellion just trying to hit it out of the zone and hope they can go dump and chase. Calm off the ceiling, and that's cleared away by Rapid.
Oh, I love what I'm seeing from V1. Like, they're very confident to overcommit, but not overextend. They're more than willing to play 3 up at a time and leave someone on the backboard in case they get a lucky touch, whether it's a lucky pass. Someone is in position constantly for V1 to make a play. In beast mode, even though he wraps it around, Calm's up next to Bad. Memory now has to come out of rotation, and Rapid has to fill through the corner. You're starting to force Shopify to stack on one side of the goal line, and that makes it so much easier to spread the defense out and wear them thin. V1 are more than happy just to take shot after shot if it means they can get demos, get boost, and put more pressure on the backboard where Shopify have to get a booming clear like this.
Rapid and Memory been together for so long.
Oh, wow.
So too now have Calm and Torment. As Torment dumps that to the corner. Beast Mode is waiting. Beast Mode, again, formerly with this Shopify Rebellion team. Parth is his replacement after he stepped away from the game in the fall. Had to know at some point their paths would cross in a big money situation, and it has here. Round 1 of the last North American Regional. The Mobile One Mountain Classic is shot just blisters high and wide, and it'll be Torment looking for Beast Mode. He'll take over. Only Memory to beat, and the half flip at least put him in position, but Calm slams it home.
I mean, he just blows right by the last defender. Rapid didn't get the touch. You missed one, and it's a one-on-one with the safety. What can Memory really do when he's out of position? You're then falling back with the ball. So all the momentum is on V1's side, and you just try to roll it towards the goal line, have someone in position to clean it up. It's very, very simple for V1, and it's even easier when you have all the momentum on your side that you've built up for, 3 minutes in this game? This game 2 was massive for the series stability as a total, and V1 are currently having their way with it.
Version
What's up,
1.
guys?
Yep. What do you got for us, F-Dot?
I want to jump in here real quick and talk about how Energy is doing. Right now, they're playing up against Randoms, one of those teams that we were talking about, lesser known. Well, the series is tied at 1-1.
Oh, my goodness.
And game 3 is halfway done, and Randoms are up 3-1. So I'm just saying, the General Energy not as clean as some of the other top teams right now.
Two-piece, Chronic, and Knight. They're playing over on Fear's stream, I believe, as they take on the General NRG. And again, we talk about players trying to make a name for themselves.
Yeah.
Who better to make a name for yourself than against NRG? And imagine if they drop this. All of a sudden, this matchup right here between V1 and Rebellion takes on a lot more meaning. Maybe the first step to going 3-0, even 2-1, and at least getting a tiebreaker match. Rapid will bounce one in, and finally a meaningful goal for Rebellion.
Now, it's amazing what happens when someone just holds their position downfield. Memory, the self-serve to Rapid. I mean, you need these types of plays to get yourself back in the game, and it's very just cleanly done. We're not looking for anything extreme. We're not looking for overexerting yourself on these goals, trying to hit a triple reset towards the backboard. Just get yourself in a position to make a play. Finally, it looks like Shopify are in that spot, but now you have to hold on for 19 seconds. Can you send it to OT? Can you clutch up and take this one, or are V1 going to go right down the field and score yet again?
There had to have been a bump here because the front of the net was wide open. I think Parth got chased out of the net, and Calm just scores the easy open net. And Version 1 about to break Rebellion's hearts. 14 seconds to go. And a favorable kickoff for V1 as they try to burn the final few seconds away. Parth for Memory, not strong enough. Rapid's up, but Beast Mode beat him to the punch. No time on the clock. Parth, the rookie's got a catch here. Oh, can he get up and score? No, he had a late read. Beast Mode has all the cards, and he'll score to put it away.
Well, unfortunately, to break someone's heart, they had to have some substance there worth breaking. I don't think there was anything for Shopify in these first 2 games that really spelled a road to victory in this matchup. They have been beaten on the defensive end, the offensive end, when it came to rotations, when it came to boost management, when it came to clean wins, clean 50s, clean touches, finding players downfield, all of that nitty-gritty stuff. Version 1 are just running away with this stuff. They are cleaning house. Shopify have to reset, and that icing on the cake after that second goal. Version 1 going into game number 3 with everything in their corner. Stacks. The stats don't do it all. This series has not been close. It's been a wipe.
That game felt a lot closer than it had been, though, in this series. You know, Rebellion did at least apply some pressure on the blue half of the field. We could see signs of life, but there is still that just kind of chuck the ball downfield, hope somebody can get to it. That dump and chase strategy, sure, it works in hockey. It works if you have the speed to make that work. But Rebellion just seems like they're playing a little bit slower than Version 1. The reflexes, especially out of beast mode, have been awesome.
I'm very distracted. Version 1 is killing it, and that's awesome, and I'm very glad you guys are breaking it down. We are 12 seconds away from a Brazil, though. It is 6-1 randoms versus energy.
No. That does not happen to NRG.
But it's day one of a regional. I mean, it kind of does.
I mean, yes, NRG is always good for having one match where they just lay an egg against a team that, like, let's face it, on paper, they should dominate.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, you know, when you've already made the major, I guess you can take it a little easier, but wow.
I mean, like, that's the thing is chat was saying, like, this is what energy does. Is that going to trickle in? Okay, good.
It's the F-dot
This is
effect.
what energy does, but 6-1? That's crazy. I don't know. I'm going to let you guys do this. I'm going to be keeping my eyes over there.
Yeah, that doesn't happen against the elite, the best of the best in NA or the world, let alone it's a team like Randoms. But hey, make a name for yourself. Imagine if Randoms can play spoiler to either Version 1 or Shopify Rebellion here. These two teams each have to go through that team as well. Shaping up to be an exciting final weekend in North America as the race for the major in LA heats up.
Well, if Randoms Brazil NRG, you know, first touch is going to be unbearable. Is NRG the best? Well, how do you give up 7 goals? It's going to be absolutely terrible. Oh, man.
6-1 is just as bad, I'm just saying.
Oh, yeah. No, I can hear it now.
Daz will be disconsolate. Palm just pops this in the air. Didn't really have much of a play. Torment waiting in behind him. He'll go up and challenge Parth. And nobody will take charge here. Memory did not opt to go in the air. He'll instead kind of play some shadow defense and try to bring this across. He couldn't.
Ooh.
Calm shot in off of Parth as Calm finds the angle.
That might be one of the cleanest angles we've had in this series so far, but sometimes it's just routine. Speaking of routines, F-Dot, what do you have for us?
Well, we've got some of the some finals locked in here. G2 sweeps out Charlotte Phoenix, so that gets them their first win of the evening. And Space Station Gaming also sweeps out my homies over at Torrent, and so that's locked in for the first one. As far as the other matches, we're obviously watching Version 1 do the thing against Shopify Rebellion. Energy is down 2-1, like I said, against Randoms, and FaZe Clan up 2-0 against All Mid. Envy and Rogue tied up.
Rogue's another team. We haven't talked about Rogue a whole lot, Spaceman.
I don't want to talk about
mostly for your own well-being, but
I don't want to talk about
that's a team that is very much in contention. Envy has kind of a long shot. Rapid will score here, though, as Rebellion tries to march back against V1.
I mean, watch that carry from Rapid and Memory, who basically steals it away from his teammate, but actually puts him in a better position to clean up the goal. Nicely done from Shopify. I will absolutely tip the cap to them for being able to extend that drive longer than it probably should have gone. And now we have ourselves a tie game with more than 15 seconds to go, Stacks. This one could get interesting.
Memory playing one across that Calm intercepts. He's got the full canister of boost. This falls right into Torment's lap, and if not for the efforts of Memory, Torment was going to have an easy slot in here. Now Calm all the way back. He's also got full boost, but he's got to go in front of his own goal as Rapid chased him out of the corner. And now Torment is trying to bring Calm in beast mode downfield, a very ambitious play that Calm couldn't catch up with.
What's the decision making now that you have a tie game, plenty of time if you're Shopify? You try to get more aggressive, you play 2 up at a time, which is basically a break from form for the start of this series. Your defense has been okay in these weird stretches where Version 1 are putting a lot of resources and pressure on those lower posts. They're trying to force an awkward pinch that bounces out in their favor.
Oh.
Great job by Parth to block. I can't get back in time. V1 relentless as ever. 2 minutes exactly, and they got a 2-1 lead.
I thought this shot was going right through. Rapid guessed right. but then nobody else could get there. And Version1 back in front. Every time Rebellion seems to have some kind of momentum, they get stopped in their tracks, and now they've only got 2 minutes to get another response to V1. And this is picked off by Torment. Beast mode all the time in the world, and all he could do is play the back, hoping maybe Torment would get there. He did not, nor did Calm. They're waiting at the back, trying to get boost. Beast mode will play this out indirect towards Calm, and maybe Memory can turn on this as Torment didn't come up. Well, after all of that, even though things looked a little hairy for Version1 at the back, here they are on the orange half of the field, applying even more pressure against Rebellion.
Yeah, with no boost, that was a tough read for Memory. He basically did the right thing, which was basically dump it out, get back on rotation. And now Rapid, trying to do what Turbo did a couple of weeks ago. Can't quite get it through, though. Hearth, gonna cut it down. This is where Shopify really need to step up on offense, right? Keep the possession, maintain that pressure. Even if this doesn't go in, even if you don't get the cleanest recovery, put Version1 on the back burner. Do not allow them to escape downfield uncontested and get demos and man advantage.
I mean, I love what Rebellion's doing. They're generating some rebound opportunities. That works against just about anybody. But right now, Version1 working overtime to limit those second, third chance opportunities and not let Shopify Rebellion get that fourth shot. Keep that sustained pressure on their half of the field. Memory gonna have a tough time chasing this one down as Torment played it right out in front, and then they throw it right up to the backboard and Torment just waits there. I think if you're Rapid, that shot has to be on target to force Torment off the backboard and force Version1 to kind of change their shape. Right now, they have all the cards down to 12 seconds left. Rapid has Memory to his left, Hearth to his right, and he just tried to barrel right down the middle, and the hero ball does not work out. Shopify Rebellion down to their last life, and Version1 extinguishes it. It's a 3-0 sweep to kick things off in Group A.
Yeah, man, it was definitely closer in the end, and you can only, give credit to Rebellion for slowly making improvements. But even with that series, that Version1 didn't look like they had to work any harder than usual to get that one finished up. They handled their business on the offensive side of the ball. They got each other extra touches. They won the second touch. They won the offensive rebounds. They found ways to get Torment and Beast Mode involved. But for Rebellion, I mean, you're lucky this is group stage. That was not a good series from Rebellion. They have a lot they need to figure out.